What's going on, guys? B0aty here, and welcome to another video by me. So yes, I do apologise that I'm not live streaming today. A lot of people have been asking me to live stream, but I've decided that I think I would like to take a day off just to work on some personal goals I want to get done before I get my account into a certain situation. One of those obviously is to get 60 mining, and 60 mining is not something I would like to live stream due to the fact that I can get crashed quite easily and it does slow me down quite a lot. Mining is not a skill I would like to be training for 10 hours a day. I'd prefer to get 60 mining done as soon as possible. Now, I haven't actually tested any XP rates out. I'd probably do it after this video. I'll probably record myself, time myself mining for exactly an hour and just see how much experience I actually get after that hour. But overall, I think I'd probably be able to get 30,000 experience per hour, which means 60 mining should take me about 5 hours of straight mining. Now, do I want to do that? Is what I might actually try and do. I'm not live streaming today, so therefore I want to try and do something that I wouldn't really want to live stream simply because it's boring. And mining is a perfect example of that, simply because who the hell wants to watch me mine iron ores for 5 hours straight? Pretty much I have to pay almost full attention to be able to get the max experience rates, and I won't be able to interact much except for the second in between the rock spawns, and then yeah, it'd just be really boring to watch, and you'd only be there for the music, which I know a lot of my viewers are actually there only for the music, but still, I kind of think that if I'm going to not live stream for a day, I want to try and get something boring out of the way. So therefore, I'm most likely going to be just mining for this day. Now, I'm starting to record this at 4:30. I've already done some Slayer today, and I've also done a couple of clue scrolls. I got very lucky on some clue scrolls again, and I think I did 4 clue scrolls that I didn't live stream. I got another Zami page, and I also got a rune gold plate body. They are both in my bank, and I have them both print screen, so I can prove it when necessary when I actually get onto the live stream. They're not sold, so I think when I start live streaming again, I'll sell them off, because I do find that a lot of my viewers, simply because I do get quite a lot of viewers, quite a lot of people do actually want some of the items that I get from clue scrolls, so I can sell it to my viewers, and I find that cool, and we just kind of both help each other out, and it's awesome. So I'm probably going to leave those in the bank for now. Then when I next live stream, pretty much I'll just do the usual first come, first served, and then we can just go from there, really. So, okay, before I start this video, I'm just going to leave my friends chat quickly because I don't really like it when I ignore my friends chat. I do that a lot when I live stream. That's something I'm going to actually cover this video quickly. But when I live stream, should be common knowledge now if you watch my live streams. But when I live stream, I only really pay attention to my Twitch chat simply because if I have a ton of viewers, I can't get the amount of viewers that I've actually got in my friends chat. My friends chat caps out at 100 people. And my Twitch chat does not cap out at all. So if I pay attention to my Twitch chat, pretty much I can actually reply to almost everybody watching the stream at any one time, compared to if I'm on my friend's chat, I can only talk to 100 people. And then obviously everyone else watching the stream is in a way getting ignored. So you can understand that it's quite obvious there, but I do apologise because I'm actually having quite a lot of people saying that I ignore my friend's chat a lot and I don't really reply to my subscribers. Now, when I live stream, I don't really reply to people that much in game because, once again, it should be common knowledge this for those that watch my live streams. When I live stream, I try my best to not give any special attention to anybody who comes purposely in-game to come and watch me train. Simply because I much prefer to just do my live stream in a way where you watch the live stream and you enjoy what you watch or what you listen to in a way. You don't have to turn up in-game to watch it live, because when I start go PKing, if I have tons of people who used to turn up constantly and always watch me in-game, and they all turn up when I'm PKing, I can't PK clicking through 50 people. I had a fight with Runescape yesterday, and it was actually my first fight, so there was probably a lot I need to get used to before I actually get properly into it. But I had to click through about 50 people. Now, I'm not complaining. There's 2 live streams going on at once, 8,000 accumulated views between the 2 of us. So obviously I was expecting quite a lot of people to be turning up, but I don't want to be doing that constantly, especially when I train Slayer or something. When I'm doing something boring, when there's a ton of people there, it does get very annoying. So I do ignore a lot of people in game who turn up purposely watching my live stream just to watch me in game. I try my best not to give that special attention. Now, I know that makes me look really lame in a way, but it's just something that I try and do to try and make my viewers enjoy the live stream. If you don't actually see, you may see a lot that a lot of my viewers get, they leave in the Twitch chat, a certain person maybe following me, and they're like, oh my god, he's so annoying, please put him on ignore list. I don't want to put him on my ignore list. I prefer to only put spammers or just complete trolls on my ignore list just to get them out of the way. But someone who's turned up on the live stream just to talk to me, I can't have a full-on conversation with you when I'm trying to live stream and reply to another, I don't know how many people will be talking to me at a time. I don't have 4,000 people talking to me at once. Normally I've got if I'm trying to think of how many people actually talk to me at any one time, it's probably around I mean, I don't really get spammed with questions. I do at times, like you will see my live stream at times, I'm completely spammed with questions, but something that I just try to do is keep the live stream enjoyable for everyone to watch and make it so that if you come and watch me in game, there is no need to, because it will not benefit you in the slightest, because otherwise I would have so many people turn up in game and come to me. So just getting back to the topic, that is why I do ignore a fair few people in game. So I do apologise for that. If you're like one of those people that kind of takes it personally in a way, or like once again just goes to the stereotypical YouTuber who just ignores his fans, I apologise, but they are my... If I'm live streaming, I try my best, like I said, to not give personal attention in game, just to try my best to cut down on the people that come in game and start watching me and spamming things and probably just going for attention in front of all the people. I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of what it is, but some of the viewers who are actually watching the live stream properly, which is training a skill, like if I was watching a live stream right now, I'm training mining, but at the same time I'm enjoying the live stream, I'm not following a guy around. Now, you're allowed to follow someone around. I mean, you could choose what you want to do. Like, I may say a lot of my live streams that you're wasting your time following me, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind at all, but if you're going to be there, trying your best to try and have a conversation with me while I'm trying to live stream to more people, it's very annoying. I will most likely like ignore, not put you on my ignore list, but I will most likely ignore you and just concentrate on what I'm doing and keep talking to my viewers. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to put that in the start, because don't take that personally. It's something I've been live streaming. Like, I mean, arguably my viewers have flown up, so I probably have some people, and my subscribers as well. I'm currently like 47,000 subscribers, and I haven't pulled out any good videos yet, so some people are going to be subscribed to me, not actually like fully knowing who I am. So I've been live streaming on Twitch for maybe 18 months now, Runescape solidly. I've never stopped. I've done some Quake Live, fair enough, but I've earned all my followers pretty much off RuneScape. I don't think I probably gained any Quake followers simply because I'm not good at Quake, let's put it that way. I mean, I think Quake's a game you watch just to try and pick up some tips on it. That's pretty much like how I did it. I think that's the same with League of Legends. You watch it to pick up tips off the better players and all that. I think that's just how it goes. RuneScape, obviously, you can't really pick up many tips on it, but I mean, you can enjoy watching people PK and stuff, and you can pick up some tips, I guess, of watching videos. I mean, I picked up a lot of my PK tips off watching videos. Like, as an example, I picked up a lot of tips of Ben, Tesco K's hybriding videos. I picked up a lot of there. I picked up a lot of tricks off Luke. He used to come up with all these sick sick techniques. I get so many randoms here. It's actually so annoying. Like, oh, can you just go away? I mean, the amount of time I lose doing a random. I'll just give you all a small tip. Take your glories off when you mine, because if you mine a sapphire, that would have actually been a rock you would have mined, and then obviously, depending if you want the money, it just slows you down, really. You know me as I'm like one of these annoyingly efficient players who's just like, oh my god, you missed a tick, just dislike, I mean, all that. So that's just a small tip. If you wear a glory army, you will get more gems, and it will slow you down very slightly, but I mean, it depends what level you're going to. I mean, I guess if you're going for like level 60 like me, it doesn't matter how many seconds you lose in a way, because you're not going that far. But I mean, if you're someone who's going for like 99 or something, you are gonna lose a lot of time. But I'm not going to go into this. I just want to quickly finish off the topic I was actually talking about. So, yeah, when I live stream, please, I've said this so many times, don't come in game to me unless I request something of people. Like, if an example would be Magpie and Pking. An example would be, if I'm doing a clue scroll and I need a certain item for that clue scroll, and the usual, if you don't actually know, I mean, I get more views on my videos than I get on a live stream. Obviously, that's due to like time zones and all that, and maybe people watch videos twice and all that. But if you don't actually know yet, if I'm doing a clue scroll and I get an emote clue and I have an item that I can't actually get from that clue, which is something along the lines of, I think, an Addy Square Shield, and usual Rune Armor was a good one, but now I've actually got all these items in the bank, so this should actually cut down a bit, and there won't actually be as much of the borrowing anymore. But overall, if I needed an item, I would ask people to come in game to come and trade me. It's the same when I sell my clue items, or it's the same if I sell or buy items off my viewers. I kind of just like, they're the situations where I want to like see my viewers. I mean, I don't mind if you want to come, if I pass you in game, fair enough, but I mean, to follow me all the way to a Slayer task, or to purposely, I mean, I don't really mind it if people purposely hop to my world to have their Slayer task along with me. If I had a Slayer task and I was watching like Gross Gore, like I was getting a Slayer task and he had a task of rock slugs, I was saying to myself, maybe if I get these rock slugs, I'll go and train with him. Now, I'm not someone who's against that, but if it's a Slayer task where there is literally so little spawns that 2 people that does slow down, that's it's not really annoying, but it's kind of inefficient, so it is actually a lot better to get your own world in that situation. I mean, I don't really like constantly hopping from my viewers, because that's just like, it's kind of lame, really. So but yeah, but I mean, overall, if you are going to come and watch me in game, I much prefer if you don't just come and spam things, or don't try and have a conversation with me or anything along those lines. Or another thing, right, this one is serious now. I really hate it when people come up to me and tell me to say something. Oh my god, I don't know why it annoys me so much, but I'm just there like, if you tell me to say something, I'm purposely not going to say it just simply because you told me to say it. Now, I don't know if anyone else is the same as that, but if someone says something along the lines of say hi, I purposely will not say hi simply because they said that. If they say hello to me, I will reply unless I don't notice, or if I'm covering it, if I'm talking like live commentary at the time, covering a topic, I most likely won't type anything unless I really need to. But I mean, if you're going to come up to me and say hi and then it's like say hi back or say happy birthday or something along those lines, it does get quite annoying, and it just puts me off like wanting to, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I mean, I'm just going through, this can be like a live stream rant right here. These are the things that annoy me when I live stream. Like, live streaming, it's really fun, but it has got its massive downsides, believe me. I mean, I don't know how many of you watching this video live stream, like, potentially, like, Runescape might be watching this, B0aty, he might be watching this, some of the YouTubers, and obviously some names that probably don't have, like, the mass viewers, like, people who pretty much have started live streaming, maybe get, like, 20 viewers, it's all that, and they're just slowly working their way up there. Like, I mean, never be put off by how many viewers you get on a live stream. The first live streams I used to do, I used to be getting 100 viewers each one. Now, obviously, I'm pretty much the most viewed RuneScape streamer, unless RuneShark streams, but I mean, on like a daily basis with concurrent viewers, I pretty much get the most, but I do stream a hell of a lot. But I mean, people will eventually, I believe in the future, Grosscore will definitely overtake me for it, because his streams are, I mean, a lot of people don't like them. My streams are kind of, at the moment, more of a place to chill. I mean, a lot of my views are simply for the music. Grosscore streams are full out there to entertain people. I believe he will definitely overtake me in the future with live streaming and all that for the most viewed. But I don't really mind at all. I enjoy live streaming. Everything that I get is great. And of course, he does what he wants, and that's pretty much how it goes. I mean, we pretty much we kind of battle it out for streaming at the moment. He was like messaging me when he started streaming that like I streamed a lot, and he wanted like if there was a chance that I could like drop a few days so he could like stream and at times, so we weren't competing in a way, but then he decided that we're going to be competing for it in a way, like not obviously as like a full-on competition, like more of a friendly thing really, but we stream in kind of different, not really massive time zones, but he goes late. I think he said I stream like during the day, he goes on to like late in the night, so our stream times don't fully clash. But yeah, but like I said, I think he will definitely overtake me now. When he started streaming RuneScape, I don't know how many viewers he would have got. Like, I think he started streaming when RS07 came out, so obviously he would have got the massive traffic that's been coming to the RS07 servers, but overall, that's kind of like his viewers are flying up like that, and I believe he'll definitely overtake me in the future. It just depends how many viewers I get when I PK. I think my PK streams will hopefully be enjoyable, but I know there is going to be a lot of people out there who are purposely going to try and ruin it, but hopefully simply because I have pretty much 5 times as many viewers as I used to have PKing, I'll be able to get people who can potentially stay on like attacking these, like, let's just call them raggers for now. I know there's a lot of people who are going to rag me. PJing, I don't care about. I've been PJ'd since forever. I don't even know when PJing didn't exist. I will be PJ'd a lot, but raggers and all that, people who are going to attack me constantly so I can't actually get fights, they're definitely going to exist. And then obviously if I can get, like, anti-raggers will most likely come and help out, which would be great. So my PKing streams should be enjoyable, so maybe then I'll be getting, like, extreme viewers. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying myself. And these iron rocks don't really want to get mined at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I might as well just go back to some more topics that annoy me when live streaming. So if I'm live streaming, if you're gonna, I know when I make this video, a lot of people are just gonna like come in my live streams and just use all these ones against me. So it probably won't annoy me as much anymore because I'll be telling that people are joking. But if you're actually gonna say things like this seriously to me, then just don't expect me to do it. Like if you're gonna say hi in game, I'm not gonna reply to you. And I know twice as many people are gonna be like, you're gonna watch my live streams in the future now, and all you're gonna see is people saying say hi to me in game, so you're gonna have to start getting used to that now that I've said all this. But I just want to put it out there, that is why I don't reply to people in game. But yeah, once again, knowing me, I've just rambled on for years on the actual topic, and which is why I ignore my friends chat. Now, when I'm in game and I'm not live streaming, I'm always in my friends chat, and I do try my best to actually reply to people, really. If I miss your message, I may be doing something. You have to remember that as a YouTuber, I do say a lot that I try to like, I am like a normal RuneScape player, I just have the YouTube channel behind me, but you have to remember that YouTube channel will make me a lot more busier in game, so you don't actually know what is happening on my screen if you're trying to talk to me over the friends chat. I may not be able to talk, I may just be having a conversation in game with somebody instead, so don't jump to conclusions saying that I don't talk to my fans. I get that a lot, and it is really annoying because I do try my best to interact with my fans. If you ever see me in game and I'm not live streaming, I will talk to you. Simple as that. I mean, you may not believe that, so I might be just putting this video in here to like save some, I don't really know what the word would be, but I guess just for some people to, I don't have a clue what the word would be, but yeah, I mean, you can understand what I mean by this one, but yeah, overall, they're just some things that kind of annoy me when I live stream, but I guess it is a downfall of live streaming. You have to put up with these things. If you're a live streamer, just prepare for, if you're new to live streaming, prepare for the spam in your Twitch chat, prepare for people to come try to ruin your Pking, prepare for spammers. You have to get ready for all that. That's just kind of what live streaming is. It's a game. Runescape, you can't stop things. You cannot like leave a COD lobby and get rid of the person there who's trolling you. Runescape, you have to put up with them and you have to be there. So if you're someone who has a really short temper, live streaming may not be for you, because I think at times I can, you know what I've gone through when I live stream, and a lot of people like leave me PMs like saying, how the hell do you put up with that and not get annoyed? And it's simply because you just have to accept the fact that it's happening to you and know that the people there are attempting to annoy you. I'm not trying to say that the annoying ones here are things along the lines of what would it be here? Like, I'm talking about like raggers. Like, I've gone through live streams having cannons on my fight, Vexillions, raggers on me constantly. You just have to put up with it and know the fact that these people are there to try and annoy you. And therefore, if you get annoyed, they will stay. But if you, they're fair enough. If, I mean, I never really got annoyed, but they were on me all the time. They'd almost never give up simply because they just enjoy doing it. I mean, that's what they enjoy. You enjoy live streaming, you enjoy your PK, and they enjoy slowing down your live stream and being in front of all the people watching, knowing that their viewing experience is getting ruined personally by them. I don't know why people do this, but that's just, it's what they enjoy. And you just have to be ready for that. Honestly, just take that advice from me. If you're someone who's live streaming PK, just be expected to have people one-iteming you. If you're a pure as well, it's going to be quite horrible, especially if you don't have 43 prayer, but just be ready for people with one-item DDSs coming out there to constantly spec and poison you, and then obviously maybe teleporting back. The good thing is, when you die, you appear in Lumbridge or Falador or Camelot, so it does actually take quite a while to get back to Edgeville. You can't just one-item die, appear in Edgeville, and then just run back straight into the wilderness. They will be having to use glory charges or Padua teleports or things along those lines, so it may be costing them money to return. So yeah, I mean, just they obviously, if they're making you eat sharks, they are going to be they're obviously going to be using more of your money up, which may be their thing. But I mean, a lot of people would do that to me and be like, "Well, you're the one wasting food." I was like, I've got pretty much an unlimited cash supply. I sold fire capes back then. I sold kilns. I could make like 60 mil an hour. Money meant absolutely nothing to me in the old game. So to try and waste my rock tails or something was just a complete waste of time. But they just enjoyed doing it, so you just have to put up with it and just enjoy killing them, I guess. That's all I can really say. I mean, if you're gonna, like, you will, I think I've covered the topic enough, so I'm not really going to go into it anymore. But yeah, that's just some things, they're pretty much the downfalls to live streaming, believe me. I mean, I don't know how many of you actually live stream, so a lot of this is probably just useless, and you're probably not really enjoying this topic because you're just there like, yeah, go on, talk about something interesting for me to talk to. Like, this guy's logged in right now. Now, I reply with faces quite a lot in situations like that, because I'm not really sure what else to type. I mean, I use a face a lot just to show that I appreciate what they say, and along those lines. It's awesome when people just log in and say like nice videos and all that, compared to like all these people who, I don't know, like stuff like that. I mean, it's cool to see things like that, but obviously when I'm live streaming, it's just different because you know that they're watching the live stream and they've turned up purposely, and it's just like, oh, just to be in front of 5,000 people, why? But yeah, I can just put up with it. But yeah, downfalls of live streaming, they are pretty much what the downfalls are. Unfortunately, something I would absolutely love to see, which is going to be going on to the main topic of the video in a second, is an ability for RuneScape to actually be like a solo player game where you can remove people from the game for you, like an advanced ignore list. If I put someone on my ignore list, it removes them from the game and they cannot interact with me in the slightest. If they brought something like that out, it would fix so much of this game. Griefing in RuneScape is something that just cannot be prevented, and it's just extremely, it's just everyone, that's the reason it's abused though. I mean, like, if I put someone on my ignore list, it doesn't remove them fully from the game because their character is still there. That character can still drop a cannon on my fight, put a Vexillium on my fight, and then all the probably fairly new viewers are like, what the hell is a Vexillium and all that. But yeah, they can still do that on my fights, which is quite annoying. Now, good thing is it takes a while to put a cannon down, so if I keep moving spaces, I can see that they're about to put the cannon down, I can just quickly move and then it's out of the way. But yeah, I mean, if they added, like, this is one of the updates I think would make this game next to perfect, or probably put this out as one of the best games out there. If they added an ignore button, which could remove someone from the game for you, stop them interacting with you fully. Obviously, there's way too many bugs that could be involved with that. If I've got someone blocked and they attack my fight, what the hell happens then? Can I not no longer get in my fights and because this guy's being attacked by an invisible space? Like, along those lines. But imagine if someone was ragging you on a live stream or just ragging you in general and you put them on your ignore list and they could no longer attack you. 3 seconds of time just to put them on your ignore list and they would that was them gone. It would be so good, but I just don't see how they could possibly code something like that to work. Like, you can't just ban someone for doing it. Like, I mean, if they put down rules in the wilderness, I mean, how good would that be? Like, if they... I don't think they could put down a report abuse. Like, the wilderness is a dangerous area, put it that way. People PK how they want. There shouldn't be any rules in the wilderness. That's coming from me. I've been on a PK for a very long time, but there should be absolutely no rules in the wilderness at all. I mean, there's no point. This is kind of side rules that are in the wilderness, like no PJ, and that's just kind of a moral that a lot of PKers take. No teleports. Almost every PK takes teleports these days. I probably will be taking teleports occasionally. Maybe not in Edgeville because it's like 3 levels. I can quite easily run 3 levels, and if I'm frozen, whatever, I'll just take a death. But up at like East Dragons, I'm definitely going to take teleports simply because if I'm teleblocked by a clan, instead of tanking all the way down, I could possibly just try and outlast them and then teleport afterwards. Like, one of my only East Dragon deaths when I used to do my Deep Wilderness Adventures videos was simply because I was fighting a team, I got teleblocked, but I fought the team instead of running, and I survived 8 minutes, and then I realised on about 7 minutes and 30 seconds after tanking the full teleblock, they didn't re-TV me because they just didn't realise that, like, maybe time had passed way too quick, but just like that, really. And then I realised at the end of it I had no teleport, so it was pretty much game over. So I did try to escape, but they got some really good freezes on me. Like, I was in really high mage defense bonus, but they did catch like every freeze, so I didn't get very far. But yeah, I did die. Luckily, I did lose my skull at the time. But yeah, teleports. Definitely worth taking, even if you're up at Deep Wilderness, especially if you just see a massive group of white dots running towards you. It is faster to click a teleport than to go for the logout button. If you go for the logout button and you see the words, "You have been frozen," that's it. You cannot teleport, and then bam. Well, you can teleport after that, but you can't log out, and then it's just like, ugh. And yeah, you're going to risk losing stuff. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's no rules in the wilderness, but if they could, like, if there was a way they could remove, if they could actually add things like that in, of course it wouldn't work in situations like, let's say I put someone like my ignore list while I was at Bandos, can he still attack my Bandos boss? Of course he would, but he'd just be an invisible person, and then obviously that part suffers, and it just wouldn't work at all. That's kind of like the thing, like, it's something I kind of like dream about, it's something that would make this game so good, but it just wouldn't work. It cannot be added to the game because it just wouldn't work. Simple as that. You cannot add that thing into the game without, like, the whole game, like, exploding or something along those lines, but oh, we just have to live with it all. So yeah, that's something. I'm ready for it. I will be live streaming soon. When I live stream PK, and I've definitely got people waiting already just to try and ruin the experience for me. But I don't mind. I've put up with it before. I'll just have to put up with it again. And obviously, because it's 06, weapons are a bit less powerful. So the odds of me, it's just going to be long drawn fights. I think that might take a while, but oh, we'll see what happens. So hopefully it won't be that bad. But yeah, anyways, that's just going to move us on to the topic of things that I would actually like to see into this video. I apologise if you've clicked this video and you've been looking for that and I've rambled on for 20 minutes and you're there like, can you please just get to the point? That's kind of a thing. You should know by now that when I create these videos, I do ramble on a lot, but it doesn't really matter. I've heard before, the longer the better. I think everyone agrees. You all prefer the longer ones of these. Even if I'm just talking about things that may not interest you in the slightest, it may be on some level just passes the time, really. Like, I've already been talking for 25 minutes. I've got 25 minutes of mining in here that, I mean, I might be coming up to 53 mining soon. It just gets me closer to my requirements. Requirements? Yeah, that's right, requirements. Did I pronounce that wrong the first time? Okay, we'll just move on from that. But yeah, I mean, the time flies, I guess. I mean, I don't really know if people get annoyed if I ramble on for too long on a topic. Like when I made my name on the video, when I was talking about why I made the B0aty name and all that, I pretty much didn't actually get into the topic till, like, I don't even know how long into the video, so that one was like an exception, I guess. But yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to say, I don't think anyone minds. Like, I create these videos purposely to pass the time, so you can scale and just listen to me in the background, especially if there's no live stream for you to listen to. This is kind of something you might want to throw up, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's just that Doesn't really matter how long these are, and if it does annoy you if I ramble on with the topics, then if it does actually annoy you, put it in the comments. If I get quite a lot of people, I'll just stick in the description where in the video I actually start to. I mean, I was about to get onto it, I'm talking for another 2 minutes, and I want to, it's just, I just keep going on. There's 53 miners, that's quite nice to get right there. I mean, 60 mining, it used to always be a pain in the past. 60 mining was always one you'd be like, oh, making your account, oh, 60 mining. But I mean, if you actually think about the experience, like efficiency in RuneScape has changed a lot. Everyone can train at almost max efficiently these days, and everybody almost does if they can actually train at max efficiently. Mining isn't really hard. You mine 3, you drop 3. At times, I stack my inventory a bit more, but then obviously I just drop 4, and then slowly get my inventory down and all that. So mining, it's not actually that bad, because I mean, I didn't really, like I said, I didn't work out the XP per hours, but I mean, assuming mining is 30k experience an hour at level 50, that's only 5 hours to get to level 60, which isn't that bad if you really do think about it. 60 mining, it's quite a high level. That gets you in the mining guild. 60 mining, you can mine mithril ores, you can mine pretty much everything in the, well, okay, maybe not everything in the game, but 60 mining is just quite a high level. But yeah, I mean, if you're someone out there who's making a Zerker, who has to do lunar diplomacy at some point, the best way, in my opinion, to get 60 mining is just do it in one go. Get up a film, get up something like that, mine it as efficiently as you possibly can, try to go for maxed experience rates, and before you know it, you'll be like 56 mining, and you realise you're only 4 levels to go, and you'll just quickly smash those 4 levels, then bam, you're 60 mining. Your day's probably gone, but you're 60 mining, you've got it out of the way. If you are going for lunar diplomacy, you never have to mine a rock again in your life to train, so it's just something, so I do it, just stick to a goal. Once again, my saying, I don't know how many people follow this saying, I said it on a live stream before, but every minute that you haven't put towards earning, like every minute you don't put towards a goal is a minute longer added onto the time that I achieve it. If I mine all day straight for 5 hours, I will have 60 mining today. However, if I take a break and go away, if for 2 hours then come back to mining, when I'm pretty much 2 hours away from 60 mining, if I didn't actually take that break, I would actually be 60 mining there, and it would be out the way and done with, and I don't have to have the motivation to actually return to doing it. So yeah, it's quite good. I'd like to apologise, by the way, for my mouse signs. Obviously, when I do things like this, I click a lot in short spaces of time, like I'm dropping loads of ores. And I've actually listened back to my videos. My new mouse, obviously, is a lot louder than my old Logitech mouses. Look at all these 1-tick 3-way drops in a row. It's pretty good, this. I don't actually know how much money I'm losing through mining, but if you actually need to get some money, if you actually mine by your nil, you can, there's 3 rocks there. It's not as efficient as this because you have to actually walk 1 space before dropping, well, before you can mine it. But if you actually bank the ores, obviously it's a lot less experience per hour. You're probably sacrificing, you probably get half the experience per hour banking the ores, but you get full money. And I think iron ores like 55 to 60 GP each now, and it will probably rise to 100 each in the future. So 60 mining is something along the lines of, I think it's like 35 experience for an iron ore, so it's around, that's 8,000 iron ores. That's a good, if they do hit 100 each, that's a good 800k there just for getting 60 mining, which is quite a lot if you think about it. So depending on what your like currency is in the game, it can be worth it to bank the ores, but I'm finding it recently that I'm getting very lucky with clue scrolls. I do clue scrolls ridiculously fast. For those that don't watch my live streams, I do level 3 clues I did one in 5 minutes. I do them in less than 10 minutes for about 80% of them, really. So, and then the level 3 clues pretty much almost guaranteed 100k reward, so that's about 600k an hour. Mining, let's say you're getting 15k experience an hour, it will take you 15 hours to get 60 mining, but you will get 800k from it, so it's only about 45k cash per hour. So it's not that great, but then of course if you have like a backup stats, I mean, I don't really want to go into the full Zarfot statistics, but he really did it. It's like you have to put them like both together, like the experience rate against like the time taken, the lost experience. I don't want to go into it because I'll just confuse you all, but yeah, so like I said 8 minutes ago, I always ramble on and just don't get to the topic. We're 28 minutes into this video, and I've still not got to the topic yet, so I'm just going to completely cancel that. If something sidetracks me, I will probably go into it, but I'd like to just go into the topics that I was going to talk about, and that is the things that I would love to see in 07. So I've already gone over the fact that the ignore button removing someone. I've kind of confirmed that it is pretty much impossible to do that, so it's something I'd love to see, but it won't happen, so it's not a massive one for me. What I mainly want to see in 07, if I just give you a broad, like an overview really of what I want to see, I want to see things that don't change the game for everybody in a way that it affects every player. Like people who don't want something, like get affected by it. An example would be bank tabs. That is something that I would like, well I can live without bank tabs, but it's one that a lot of people want, and it's a good example because as it works is if there's bank tabs in the game, if I don't want to use them, it does not affect me in the slightest that they are there. They're the updates I want to see. Something that doesn't affect the game in the slightest, but just like benefit some players who want to see these certain things in the game, like bank tabs, perfect example. I think bank tabs would be quite nice. I'd love to get a PK tab going again if I ever get enough money to be able to keep a good PK tab going. Like the reason I had such a good PK tab like in 2011 and stuff like when I PK'd back then was because I had, like I said earlier, I had an unlimited supply of money back then. I could make 60 mil an hour selling fight kilns. Obviously, okay, the fight kiln wasn't out at that time, but fire capes I could make around 30, 40 mil an hour quite easily. So it was ridiculous money. At points, I'm pretty sure I was making more than Flower Host before Flower and the economy completely crashed and people were gambling, like, and Flower Host were making like 600 mil a day and all that. But for a solid income, I think I was probably making some of the fastest money in the game. Of course, it's an illegal method in a way, selling fire capes, but still, 40 mil an hour. I just put all that money into making sick videos, which is something that's kind of bothering me. Once again, going to get sidetracked here, but this is a topic a lot of you are going to listen to. When I go PKing, I want to provide the videos that I have been literally fantasizing over for years since like pre-OCs came out. Going back and watching videos, Michael Pro, Voltago, Godzodar, Elvian, all these video makers, when you go back and you just see them brilliant in this gear and you're just there like, oh, I want to PK in that so badly. Now the problem with this is I could do it in the old game because I had an unlimited supply of money, but now that I'm in 07, I don't have an unlimited supply of money. I don't think I'll be selling fire capes at all. I really don't. So I don't have an unlimited supply of money. Therefore, I can't be going out there risking 50 mil at times until I get rich. If I do actually get absolutely rich off PKing whips and left and right and like smiting out whips and PKing barrows, maybe the occasional Fury PK, fair enough, I'll be able to afford max gear, which will be really good. I think that would be so much better if I was PKing. Like if I was PKing in Arims and Dragon Armor just to look good, just to make videos looking sick, and I was PKing barrows and all this constantly, I think that would be probably some of the best RuneScape videos being released, knowing that all the gear I'm using is made from simply killing people. I mean, it just puts you out there. I really want to say, if anybody asks me, what is my way of making money, and I would just love to say player killing. I'd love to be able, now that I can profit off PKing, simply because it's 07, the economy's so good that you can profit off PKing, assuming you could kill people. Like, if you're a pure, you may not actually be able to profit off PKing that much, because DDS is like 30k. Dragon Dagger DDSs are about 60k, but normal Dragon Daggers are about 30k, so you can't really profit off those massively. But Dragon Dagger Super Poisons, they're 60k, which means even if you don't kill someone, like a pure fight almost always lasts in a death simply because everyone's one defense. It's so easy to kill them. So, I mean, you can quite easily be PKing DDSs like left and right, but of course you have to take into account your deaths as well. When you're around my build with high defense, Zerkers and all that, you can actually, you won't die as much as other people, which means you can profit a lot better off PKing, assuming you are on some level a good PK. Like, if you have advantage, if you think you're like, when you get into a fight, you feel like you're going to be able to beat them. Like, let's say they've got less superior gear. I mean, I had a fight with Groscore, well, yesterday really, and I obviously have pretty much next to max strength gear. I have a torso now. I've not actually got an update video on that. I'll probably have that out on Thursday. But I had a fight with Groscore, and he pretty much had full rune, and I had max strength really. So in those situations where people have less superior gear, you will feel a lot more confident fighting them. Like, I mean, you don't have to take the word cocky into account. If you fight someone in less superior gear, you can feel more confident. But then you also have to take into account that this guy might be one of the best PKs in the game, but just lost his fire cape and torso and just doesn't want to get it back yet and just wants to PK. And then in that case, you can get stomped. But overall, you will still be able to hit higher than that person. And I really don't know how I got to this topic. I don't know where I was in the slightest, but I'll just go back to what I was talking about when I did decide to go on the sidetracks. But like I said, I want to be PKing. When I get round, I want the prime of my videos to be me PKing East Dragons, Mage Bank, Arims, Barrows, Dragon Armor occasionally, just in a way cosmetic armor that's dead rich, that just increases the risk so much of PKing that it's just, when you're watching it, you're like, oh my god, this guy's insane. Stuff like that. I mean, like, take into account the third age hybriding I used to do. I'm 40 defense, I'd fight 126s risking third age and all that, but back then, it just wasn't as enjoyable to watch because you all knew I had so much money that even if I died, it was like a 40th, a 50th of my bank. And then the majority of the people I would fight up there like weren't exactly full-on hybrids. Like, I wouldn't really get many fair one-on-one fights because everyone would pray, everyone would run, everyone would... It was kind of lame, but... And some people would be lower levels, dragon killers, etc, etc. But when I come out here, I really want to be doing things like that. So honestly, I'm just going to say it now. In the future, maybe people can just remind me of this moment. When I get the money to PK in Barrows armor and Dragon armor and just can provide the sickest videos, remember this moment If my videos are some of the best out there, I will be so happy. It's what I want to do. I want to try and provide some of the best videos going out there, risk-wise, skill-wise, if you want to say that, PKing-wise. That's just what I do. That is why I created this build. I want to go to East Dragons. I don't want to relive the days I did in 07. I just want to be able to advance into those other territories that I never experienced. Just everyone who has seen Michael Pro's second video, which I would still say is arguably the best old school video out there, everyone has wished they could be him in that situation, just rocking it, creating a sick video like that, risking so much bank. Everyone has, really, unless you don't know who he is. Then if you don't know who Michael Pro is, just type in YouTube Michael Pro PK Vid 2. Watch it. Find the obviously find the non-audio swap one, because the music, you need to listen to old school videos with the music, otherwise it's just not as good. But watch that video, you will know what I mean. And then when you watch that, try and picture that being uploaded to my channel, and then that's kind of what I'm aiming to do. Obviously, I'm not trying to fill his shoes. I just want to follow. I just want to follow these PKers who everyone just considers the sickest guys. I want to PK at some point in Gilded and a Third Age Kite just to follow Voltago. Just all this stuff. I really want to do it, but like I said, I don't have an unlimited supply of money, so this is all something that I really hope will come true in the future. But we'll have to see, really. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'd love to be doing it, but whatever. But anyways, let's just go back into the topic that I still haven't covered yet, but hopefully you're getting quite a lot of experience out of the way and you're not really getting annoyed at me constantly changing the topic. But yeah, some things I'd like to see in 07. So first of all, that's the main one, bank tabs. I guess it's not something I personally want to see, but on behalf of everyone that wants it, I wouldn't say no to them if like a poll was uploaded for it or anything like that. But I think bank tabs are something that would be cool because, like I said, they don't affect the game for anyone who doesn't want them. They can just ignore them and play differently how they want and just stuff like that. So it's not a huge update, but it's something that would be quite nice. Now the thing is, I bet I can cover this topic in about 8 minutes, like just on the spot cover it in 8 minutes instead of like this 35-minute build up to actually getting into a decent topic. But I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll just throw it. Maybe I'll just change the title. Yeah, I'll just change the title. I'm not going to bother putting down things I'd like to see in 07. I'll just stick a different title in there. And then just make this video just something you listen to in the background. And it probably won't be as annoying, so yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I'd like to see in 07. Another thing I'd like to see, once again, just another thing that just makes things easier. I'd like to see tabbing to reply to friends. It's quite annoying having to go into my friends list and actually trying to find the name of someone like just if you've got it all as well, like if you're trying to find a friend on your friends list, like at the moment you have lots of friends, and I don't really have tons and tons of friends on, but I mean, let's say I open this and I was trying to find, let's say Alkins online, I spot Alkins straight away, but if I was trying to find someone who just messaged me, it might take me a while to find him, and I'm searching for ages, but if I could just click tab and reply, it's just so much easier. So that's another thing that I'd like to see in the game, but once again, I don't know if that'll come, but it's just another small update where, I mean, the main things that I want to see in the game are the ones where if they uploaded a poll for them, like 90% of the game, in my opinion, would actually vote yes on them. Like, I'm not really one of those that goes for with the minority. I'm not ones that go with things that would change the game. The Grand Exchange, prime example. Now, let me just confirm right now, Jagex have already confirmed the Grand Exchange will never come into RuneScape. So let me just make this clear. Whenever you're in a live stream or something along those lines and people are saying, vote here for the decideds of the Grand Exchange, it's fake. The Grand Exchange is never coming. And if there was a poll for it in the future, I believe it would be voted to no anyway. I think it might be a 50-50 one, the Grand Exchange, but I still think it would be voted down. But the way I see it, updates like that, everyone who played in 07 are going to say no to them, but everyone who played past 07 is going to say, like, if you've played RuneScape, but you played after the Grand Exchange came out, you will most likely vote yes for the Grand Exchange. However, if you played before the Grand Exchange came out, many names I could name right here, you're most likely going to be voting no. Unless you're simply someone who doesn't like going through the whole having to search for someone to get an item. Like, when I was like questing on like the first days of Dragon Slayer, I had to get my own Lobster Pot, my own Wizard Mind Bomb, my own Silk, and my own Unfired Bowl. Now, obviously, that's not too difficult because I know how to get it all. But, I mean, just thinking about it, an Unfired Bowl, you just hear, like, you may have had it in the past where you've been trying to get hold of one of those, like, buying Unfired Ball, 5k. You didn't really have the initiative to just go and make it yourself. Like, I've been doing that since all my quests. I made my own Silver Sickle for the Nature Spirit, all those, like, you just go to the Grand Exchange and buy it for 1,000, 5,000 GP, whatever. But without the Grand Exchange, you either have to buy it off a player or make it yourself. So when it comes down to making it yourself and you can't actually make it yourself because you don't have the requirements, that's when it can be a bit of a pain. So that might be another reason why you vote yes to the Grand Exchange coming into the game. But once again, it's all just choice. I mean, if the Grand Exchange came, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I could easily play this game with just as much fun with the Grand Exchange being here. But once again, the forums would die out. It's nice to see the forums actually active again. I used to spend so much time on RuneScape, on the RuneScape forums. The same with the high scores. I used to stalk the high scores Once again, I've said this on live streams, I know who was first to 99 in every skill, and I know who was first to 200 mil in every skill. No, I know who's first to 200 mil in every skill, but not 99. Simply because back when I played then, I'd always just load the high scores, have a quick stalk, see how close people were for 200 mil in certain skills, and stuff like that. And it's just like something that's now in my memory. So once again, when it comes down to RS07, I'm probably going to be able to remember the first ones to get 200 mil in every skill. I think most people are actually going for it. I mean, things like 200 mil Slayer, that is probably, if I'm completely honest, I don't think 200 mil Slayer will ever happen. Considering Slayer came out in like 2004, I don't know when it came out, I'm saying a random date there, it might have been that. And I don't think I don't think 200 mil Slayer was achieved until like 2010. I'm not too sure. It was achieved by Tooney, obviously, but the only reason Slayer was achieved was because maybe 30 mil of that experience came in effigy. So to be training Slayer at like 15k experience an hour in 07 because of the lack of overpowered weapons and the lack of amazing spots, like Dagonifs is still the best task in the game, and then if you take Dagonifs and go down one task, the best task from there is probably like Calphite Soldiers or something like that. I saw Alkin's video saying it was the best task out there. I'm pretty sure Dagonifs are way better than Calphites for XP wise, but I think if you go down from Dagonifs, it is probably the best. So 200 mil Slayer, it's not going to come anytime soon. Runecrafting, it could come soon because Larry R got to like 157 mil runecrafting in like a couple of years, simply from having essence runners. If people run double essence, at this point you can make so much money from it. And FFDN, Larry R, I mean, it's easily 150k runecrafting experience per hour, so it's not even a slow skill. It's 1.5 mil a day, which means it could take you like, is that pretty much like 130 days, 136 days or whatever it is to get 200 mil. No, that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. I don't know. That could be right. Yeah, 136 days if you did it for 10 hours a day of 150k experience per hour. So it could actually happen. But 200 mil Slayer, that's just one where it's just so slow for such a long time that it's just not going to be achieved anytime soon. Honestly, but I mean, who the hell's going to go for 200 mil Slayer anyway? I mean, someone might go for like rank 1, 36 million experience, and they might be like 20 mil XP ahead and then just stop and camp Abbey Demons or something. But we'll see what happens. There's so much to be achieved in the game yet that I don't think 200 mils aren't really worth going for at the moment. If you're going to go for anything, just get max total. Go for front page if you're getting your 99s instead. But yeah, sidetracked, as you do. See, I'm pretty sure I just covered the Grunt Exchange there, so if I just cover it again quickly, I wouldn't mind if the Grunt Exchange came into the game, but if there was a poll for it, I would vote no. That being said, the Grunt Exchange is never coming confirmed by Jagex, so I don't even know why I'm covering this topic. It's not going to come. It never will. So for all you people who are looking for the Grunt Exchange, might as well say now, I apologise for you, but it will not be appearing. That's the same with God Wars Dungeon. God Wars Dungeon is also never going to appear, I believe, because I think Jagex have already confirmed they would have to recode the entire thing. And I don't think they're going to do that because it would be so different towards the old one. But hey, maybe if they actually had a topic, like maybe they would spend a couple of months working on it. I don't know how long it takes to code something like God Wars Dungeon, but you never actually know overall. So, I mean, if God Wars Dungeon was voted for, once again, I'd most likely vote no for God Wars Dungeon because I believe that AGSs would lead to people having the overpowered weapons in Pking. I just want to see people using DDS and D-Mace constantly. Maybe the occasional barrel chest anchor, G-Maul spec as well. G-Maul, forgot about that one. But yeah, I just want to see those weapons instead of the God Swords. And I think the God Swords would be hoarded by other people. I was about to say Flower is them, but Flowering is gone. I'm really happy. It's one of my, definitely something I was extremely happy to hear, that they finally cracked down on Flowering. In my opinion, it took them way too long, but it doesn't matter. What's done is done. We can't really change the past. It's done with. Flowering is pretty much gone. I've heard about all these new gambling things, but apparently gambling is now bannable. So if I ever see someone trying to gamble, boom, are they getting reported fast, and am I getting player moderator simply for reporting them? So that should be really nice to see. I've just realised I've not actually been updating my clan chat name. I'm keeping track of my mining levels as I go along, but it doesn't matter, I'll just get this video done. So I mean, I've trained, I think I started this video, and I think I got 52 mining at the start of this video. I definitely got 53. Yeah, I just got 54. I definitely got 53, but I'm trying to think, did I get 52 as well in this video? Now, I did actually say at the start that mining was 30k experience. Now, I've not tested the experience. I'm going to do it right after this video, so that by the time it takes me to render and upload this video, I may already have the XP rate, so I'll probably put in the description of the video the XP rates that I got from mining. Now, you may watch this video, I'm probably going to be complimented a few times on my clicks when I'm dropping them. I do get some quite nice drops, and people are probably going to be like, how am I dropping them so well? That was a fantastic time to misclick, but yeah, obviously I may actually be getting faster experience than most here simply because I'm dropping them at like maximum speed. Like I've dropped them all by the time the next one respawns. Like I've dropped all 3 and I'm waiting for it to respawn. So it's pretty much if I was mining iron ore but I had a full inventory and it dropped on the floor instead of like going in my inventory, I could just literally just click these all day. That's pretty much the experience I'm getting. So they can't actually get any faster apart from the fact that when I obviously misclick or if I don't one tick the rock like there. So my experience can fall, but I'll time an hour after this, and then I'll put it in the description. Then I'll probably time another hour, and then another hour. I'll do like 3 hours and find like a mean or something. I think it'll be like 30k experience per hour, sorry. But yeah, maybe this is actually really quick experience. I mean, like 60 mining is something that used to take me a full day. I remember doing it a very long time ago, and I went for 60 mining. I just did it in one go. I think it took me 10 hours, but looking back, I don't really see how it takes 10 hours. Like I think I might have started like 1 mining or something. Because if it's about 30k an hour, I think level 60 is 280 something thousand experience. So maybe it did take me a full day by then, but now I'm hoping it only takes me 5 hours. But of course I did start at level 50, so I guess that kind of changes it around a bit. But yeah, so let's go into another thing that I'd like to see in the 07 servers. I would like to see, I want the un-ID herbs to stay. That's probably one that a lot of people are going to ask me on. I want the un-ID herbs to stay. Once again, I think that the un-ID herbs are going to be one that was, like the poll came out. I didn't actually vote on the poll because I completely forgot to. I don't know if it's still live, but I probably will vote because I'm not going to say right now that one vote won't really make a difference because that one vote always can make a difference. I voted on the 07 servers poll 3 times on this account, Peckish Whale, and B0aty 2. And then, like on this un-ID poll, if my vote was the difference between un-IDs coming back or not, well, hey, I'd be happy. I'd be standing up for all those coins. Why do I get coins? I want diamonds. I never get half keys. I've had so many random events. Well, actually, I've had probably one of the most least random events since I started playing, but I've never had a half key yet. So I'm still waiting for when I get given like a loop half of a key. You see what I mean there? How I got the sapphire and it slows me down very, very slightly. But so anyways, let's get back into this. What did I just cover? I think it was the un-ID herbs. Yes, I want the un-ID herbs to stay, but once again, if the grimy herbs came, it wouldn't be too bad for me. I wouldn't really mind it that much, so I could say, I mean, like all these things, they don't affect me playing. I can play this game with many updates. I could see the Grand Exchange come back and the un-ID herbs come back, and I'd still be able to play in full fun, but it's just personally, I'd like to see them not in the game. Now, what else would I like to see? Removing roofs. I've seen this a lot. A lot of people want roofs removed. I agree. It's quite annoying. I can just click through the door and it doesn't really do much difference, but the roofs can get in the way. I can't really angle my screen in a way I would actually like to getting hold of like being able to get into a room. So that can get actually quite annoying, but it's another small one there. It's something that I believe I'm speaking on behalf of everyone here. Removing roofs, it's just a thing that it's just annoying. It's just there. It doesn't need to be in the game, so they can easily get rid of it, and no one's really going to be annoyed. Like, who the hell likes roofs? Really, they could remove it from the game right now, and nobody will complain, unless, I don't know if anyone actually likes, like, the full-on scenario, the scenery, but I think maybe if they gave us the option to remove the roofs, it would be a lot better, so, yeah, I think removing roofs would be quite a nice one to actually see in the game, but once again, if it's too much trouble, if it changes too much, if it causes lag or anything, I don't want to see it. I want the game to have as least updates as possible, to potentially be running with as least lag as possible. That would be quite nice to see. Another one I'd like to see is, this is one that might actually be voted down on. I don't know how many people would agree with me on this one, but once again, I could live without this, but it would be something that would be nice to be in the game. But that is the scrolling of the screen with the middle mouse button. I reckon that would be quite nice to have in the game. I can get used to it without it, but I mean, I used to brid without doing that, and then I started doing it, and I just found that I could brid so much easier when I could just spin my screen, keep my fingers on the hotkeys. Like, my hands would, like, when I brid, obviously my hands would always be on F1, 2, 3, 4, and then my thumb would be near F5, but I'd never actually use my thumb to use F5. I'd always use my, I don't even know, my forefinger, is it? The one next to the thumb. I just can't think of it on the spot. I was about to say my, okay, whatever. I was about to say my, yeah, I don't even know the name of it anymore. But yeah, I always use that. But I mean, I'd have to have my hands on the hotkeys. But then if they ran off in the wrong direction, I'd have to take my hands off the hotkeys and start spinning the screen. And then obviously I'd have to switch back and I'd have to keep doing that. But then of course when I could spin with the middle mouse button, I could just do that, keep my hands on the hotkeys, and I bridged so much better. So that was quite nice. That brings me to the other one. Perfect clicking in the game. I'll show you now. I'll just quickly, I'll stop mining for a second. But if I quickly take off everything that I'm wearing quickly. What everyone asks is where switching, like as you can see, I can click every single item, but only 4 of them wheeled. If I slow my clicking down, I can quite easily, okay, maybe not, but I do not want to see that fixed. That is coming from somebody who's hybrided for 3 years. I do not want to see perfect clicking for switching items. Now, I do want it to be so all my clicks register in certain things. Like when I was doing my fire cape, I got hit, I was killing a Zek and I was prayer flicking and everyone was like telling me to stop prayer flicking. And like, my prayer flicking is almost always right, but at times when I was trying to step away from the Zek, my click wouldn't register, which keeps me next to the Zek. And because I lost the rhythm, I'd miss the click. Now, that's annoying. When my click don't register in a situation like that, it's quite annoying. It's like in the future, I'm probably going to go for like a shark. I'm going to click the shark, and it won't register. I'm not one of those PKers that spam clicks my sharks, because I simply know how the game works. If I spam click my shark, I'm not going to eat it any faster than if I click it at the perfect time. It's like when you train agility. It's like when you train mining. I can click at the perfect time. As soon as the rock appears, I can click on it. Just like that. Perfect, like that. I mean, but if I actually spam click it, like that, it saves absolutely no time, but I can click everything once and it still does it for me. That's exactly the same with sharks, so it's going to be quite annoying in the future when I'm PKing and I click the shark once and it doesn't register. So maybe when I do PK, I'll probably click the shark like 3 times or something, just to make sure that it's done. But going into the main one, the actual switching, I don't want to see people breeding with like 8-way switches. I think it would just kill off part of 07 and it might just ruin hybriding in my opinion. I just want to see people rocking 2-way switches. 2-way switches is what I'm going to be doing, definitely. At plate and legs, robe top, robe bottoms, I just want to see that. Maging and a defender, whatever, I don't care. You're going to be able to catch quite a lot. I want to see switches like that again. I think it would make PK videos so fun to watch. But as soon as the 8 ways come in, nah, 6 ways at the very, very max in my opinion. I can 6-way at the times. If I slowly click, I can switch 6 ways and easily be able to click a barrage at the same time. But I probably will do it at times just to like whenever I'm in the mood to get out impressive videos. But when I PK, I think the majority of switches I'm going to be doing is definitely 2-way switches, simply because it's just, that's what the old school is. I mean, maybe 3-way switches at times. I think the max switches I will probably do is 4 on a regular basis, which is most likely just going to be weapon, cape, plate and legs. Maybe weapon, plate, legs and book, possibly. I don't know, I'm not sure how it's going to go. But I mean, overall, I think the max switches I want to be doing is 2, maybe 3. Like, if I kept my whip as a primary weapon, or, well, D-skim or whip as a primary weapon. I don't really think it looks good barraging or entangling with a D-skim out. A whip, it looks a lot better. But keeping those switches in there, like just the shield, the plate, and the legs, that's quite a nice switch, and I'd like to see switches like that. They'd be quite nice to see, but yeah, pretty much just being said, I don't want to see loads of switches. I don't know how many people would agree with me there, but like I said, simply because I've breeded for so long, people may actually want to make people, simply because breeding was such a thing back in EOC, they may want to see the switching actually out there. But I mean, I'm just thinking to myself right now while I'm actually trying to do this thing, stop saying, but I keep saying it. It's so annoying. Like, I was just throughout just talking for the last minute then, I was trying my best not to say it. That's why I was pausing so long each word. I can't continue. I have to say it. I don't know how to start the sentence. Hybriding in pre-EOC was just massive. Everyone did it. That's probably why so many people want to see switching back. However, I don't want to see the switching back because I want to see the game old school. I don't want to see the like 2012 game be moved here, like game wise. I want to see the people with 2-way switches. I want to see stuff like that. I want to see people, barely any people rocktail brewing in Edgeville simply because sharks can do it for you. Things like that. I'll see people. I'm going to rocktail brew. I mean, sorry, did I say rocktail? Please just delete this video now. Shark brewing. I don't know how many people will actually be shark brewing in Edgeville. I definitely will, especially at my level bracket. You definitely need to. But I mean, like pures are going to be getting trashed if they're not like rocktail brewing, like, unless the DDS is hitting low. But I mean, once you get like, I think it's level 72, is a maxed out 60 attack, 99 strength pure with 31 prayer. They're going to be getting absolutely destroyed by DDS pets because I mean they could do like 31s and stuff. And if I'm unleashing 5 specs at once on some guy, it's going to hurt someone. But said it again. Whatever. Anyways, there are some things that I would like to see in 07. There's probably a lot more things that I would like to see. I can't really think of any at the moment. So I don't really want to like ramble on this video, like trying to think of them and then just not really coming up with them. So I might as well just end the video here and ask. I hope you all have enjoyed it. So I'd like to apologise. I know I'm not live streaming today. I think I covered this at the start, but I'm not 100% sure if I did. However, I will be live streaming tomorrow. I should have 60 mining tomorrow, but I may actually, I've said it again, I may actually go full out for the lunar diplomacy requirements. And 61 crafting, I really have no idea how I'm going to do it. My only method I can think of doing it is flax, and that will take me a whole day of spinning flax. There's no way to speed up flax unless I maybe multi-logged an account and traded flax with bowstrings halfway through the inventory, but I still think it's not really worth doing that. It'd get me like an extra 1k experience per hour, so it would actually be worth banking the flax. So I don't know, I'm going to probably after this, I don't know how many gems it is that you have to cut, but I'll quickly use a calculator, find out how many gems you have to cut to get 61. And then if gems aren't that expensive, and if I could sell the cut gems back for like a decent price. Obviously, to get gems in bulk at this stage is going to be really difficult. But obviously, I've got 47,000 subscribers, so I can always just ask a load of my subscribers if they have any emeralds, and even if I'm buying them in like 3s and 4s amounts, they will stack up. I mean, let's say 1,000 people help me out, 3 and 4 each person. Boom, that's 4,000 gems right there, and then I can obviously help my subscribers out because I can pay a bit extra for my subscribers, and then I get my 61 crafting quicker, which allows me to create videos quicker. So I might as well talk about a quick topic here about the topic of donations and how my opinion on donations as a video maker. Now, what I'm going to say here is, if a video maker is asking for donations, why does he deserve those donations? Does he deserve them simply because I enjoy watching his content? Let's just use this as like a first-person example. Or simply because he's too lazy to make his own money, simply because he believes that because he's a video maker, the only thing he should be doing on this game is creating videos for his subscribers and not having to slave out money-making methods to be able to create those videos. Now, I've always been someone who is against like taking donations to create videos. I kind of like I say this a lot, but I kind of proved it when I made my Playing Runescape Properly series, my From Scratch series. I make all my money from like just from scratch, like as if I had nothing in the bank. I make it all back. Let's say I got hacked right now, I wouldn't ask for donations. Maybe I'd ask for a lend off a friend. Like I don't really consider borrowing a donation. Maybe a loan I'd count as a donation. I think borrowing and a loan is different. A loan, in the example I'm talking about here, is like if I borrowed 1,000,000 GP off a friend and paid him back in the future, but with that 1,000,000 GP I turn it into like, I don't know. I mean, that kind of ruined the fun because I've simply just got a massive bank again. But I mean, you have to understand, like a lot of people. Hello. Oh god, that is really strange. I wonder how many people have watched this far. I'm not gonna tell you to comment anything because I mean, pretty much once people see like a trend of comments in the comment section, they all know that I've said like halfway through the video, oh, comment this, so they're like, oh, whatever. And arguably, if I ever watch a video and it says like comment something like cheesecake at the end, I don't comment and I don't bother commenting. I've watched the video, I know personally I've watched the video, I don't really need to prove to the video maker that I've watched the video, unless I really want to. Like I think I did it in one of Suomi's videos, but that's only because it was a good one. Like, what was it? It's like Suomi buys spins and something along those lines. I can't remember what it was, but something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, that half key is actually quite nice to get. But how many randoms have I got? Look at all these gems, man. They're stacking up. I'm going to get 61. I might as well just, by the time I get 60 mining, I'm going to have 61 crafting for lunar diplomacy as well. And I bet you, something that I find weird in life is some people probably knew that I was going to say that in advance to me actually saying it. Like, as soon as I started talking about those gems, they were like, oh, he's going to mention that you could get 61 crafting with those gems. You're probably like well confused. It's like, honestly, if you're actually someone who thought that, you're probably well scared right now. Obviously, if you didn't think that, I'm just like, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just like, talking and you're like, okay, you're not psychic, get out of it, etc. But yeah, if I go back to the donations topic, I've always been a video maker who's been against donations simply because I believe I could make videos with a 100k budget quite easily. Maybe not amazing videos, but just knowing, I think if I had a 100k bank, my viewers would know how much more, much of an achievement. That's why every single video maker is getting ridiculous views on their videos. Like SoRex views are currently absolutely insane. Like, they are mad, and oh, they're crazy. Like my views haven't jumped. Well, actually, they definitely have. But I mean, it's the fact is, it's just 07. It's like live streaming as well. All the viewers on live streams have flown up. That's just because everything's an achievement. Nobody's rich anymore. Money actually means something in the game now. I don't have an unlimited supply of money, so mining iron ore and dropping it is actually kind of losing me the money. But I just prefer to play efficiently and get it as quick as possible. Mine is not a skill I like to train often, so I'd like to get it out of the way as soon as possible. And as soon as I get it done with, I can go back to training strength because I want to get my strength up to PK. The reason I'm getting 60 mining, by the way, some people are going to ask is, obviously it's for lunar diplomacy, but I'm not going to be PKing with vengeance for a while because I don't know when I'm going to get 94 magic. I really do not see myself alking to 94 magic. That's a guarantee. I don't auto-alk, so I won't be doing that either. It's not really worth the risk. I don't really think you get banned for auto-alkers. I think the majority of the people who are probably high score mages right now probably auto-alked it, and it's kind of silly to think about that you can actually get banned for it. But I'm not really going to do it the way I want to get my magic up is by bursting, and I really hope I can make the money to do it. If you take into account, I believe alking, you can alk, I don't know if you can actually alk 1,200 items, but with the actual time it takes to alk, I think it is 1,200 per hour, but I think it might be different now in 07 because you have to actually wait and it might be more clicks. But that means alking is 78k experience per hour because it's 65 experience in alk, obviously. However, if I spent an hour at my fungus, I could make 400k, and with that 400k I could buy 500 bursts, and with that 500 bursts I could probably get... How much mage experience do I think I would actually get from that? It's probably about 120 XP a burst. So that's about 60k mage XP, which is pretty horrible. Okay, maybe it's a bit more than 120 XP. I think it's like 90 XP a burst simply by default, like splashing. So it's probably, plus I'll be barraging multiple things. So it's probably about 180 experience one it casts, which is 90k experience. I don't know how long it'll take me to do the burst, but you have to take into account I also get hit points experience. I want to get as high hit points as possible because when I breed deep, my main supply of food is most likely going to be brews. And therefore, if my hit points is like 81, this brew is going to heal me like 12, which means I'm probably going to get comboed out by like rune arrows or something. So, yeah, hit points is something high. So I don't know how I'm going to train my magic. I might do it with lunar spells. I think like make plank can profit at times, so maybe making plank would be good. Like the thing is, there's no astral runes in the game yet. Well, okay, there is astral runes in the game, but no one's really making astral runes. So I mean, if I can actually... I think it's 82 rune crafting to make double astrals, but I mean single astrals, maybe if they actually rake good profit on pure essence, I could rune craft those. I'll get my rune crafting to 40, I think it is, you have to get for it. I think I'm like 30 something at the moment. Well, I'm at 36. I mean, I'm not even far off. I mean, 36 to 40 is like 20 minutes on the fire altar. 55 mine. I'm at so many mine levels. I mean, I've done this in an hour. I mean, it actually just feels like, I think these experiences are going to be faster than 30k experience per hour, but okay, my inventory's actually getting full. I'm going to have to get some good clicking going to make sure I don't lose the experience. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I said before I was going to do the mage training arena to train magic, but I don't really know if I can be bothered doing that because it's so tedious. It's literally 2 days of solid work, and it'd probably only get me to like 74 magic, but obviously, which is a good start. And there's no hit points involved, which is the one of the downsides to it. So I think the way I want to train magic is going to be bursting it. As expensive as that is, I may actually do some stringy and jewellery as well. I know that's good, really good experience for lunar spells. I think it's about 170k experience per hour-ish with like, and it's AFK as well. So with the mud staff, it's 2 astral runes and a gold amulet. And then I could make my own gold amulets for 65 smithing for devious whatever. I think they give, do they give crafting experience? I'm going to find that out soon. Oh, gold bars are so expensive. They're like 400 GP each or something, so that's gone down the drain. But I mean, I could buy my old gold bars. I'm not going to mine them because it's really inefficient to mine them because it takes so long. But I mean, I could buy my own gold bars, superheat my own gold ores, create my own gold amulets, and then string my own gold amulets with the spell, and that would be some beastly DIY experience right there. I'm actually quite tempted to do that because I mean, in the future, I need to get my crafting up for lunar diplomacy. And I need to get my magic up. Like, I think maybe on later today I might mine like 1,000 gold ores. Well, I might test it. I know a good place to mine gold ores. I mean, you can do that between a rock quest, but I think it takes ages to bank there. But you get like 1 billion gold ores to yourself. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. Maybe I'll try it out, but I think it might be absolutely deathly slow experience because it's gold ores. It might take like 200 ticks to mine. Like, it's horrible. The worst part about mining is when you don't one-tick the rocks. If you one-tick the rocks, mining is an easy skill because I know when to click. But I mean, like, in situations like it's happened many times on this video, when I don't one-tick the rock and I have to move on and I've not mined it yet, it does slow me down a bit and it's quite annoying. But when it comes down to gold ore, you're there for ages waiting to click on the next one, and you've been mining for 15 seconds and you've still not got it yet. It's just annoying and you just want to punch your screen. Honestly, it's so frustrating. So that's a reason why gold ores can be extremely annoying to mine. So, but I mean, like, just saying that there, that's quite a good DIY tactic there. If I bought my own gold ores, got my goldsmithing gauntlets as well, would be quite good superheating. Then obviously the experience per hour would be quite sick. So I might actually do that. Like, I don't know when, but maybe I'll do that soon. I don't know how much smithing experience. I don't know if it actually even gives smithing experience. It might, I mean, crafting experience. It might give smithing, but if I actually did that and it wasn't that expensive to get hold of 61 crafting through gold ores, I could actually do that all the way to 61. That'd be quite nice. But I'm pretty sure it's going to cost me a lot. I think it's about 400k for gold ores right now. Then I have to take into account 300 GP for a nature rune, and then I don't even have the astral runes yet. So, and plus my finishing product is a gold amulet, which is dead content unless I alch them all, which would be even more ridiculous. So yeah, maybe it's not that good of an idea. So I might just stick to bursting. But I mean, I'm not even 70 yet. So yeah, I mean, just going back, why am I doing lunar diplomacy? I'm mainly trying to get the requirements for it now so I can do NPC contact. I want to try and get my Slayer up, get my strength up as high as possible with Slayer. So that's kind of why I'm doing it now. I can't really use NPC contact yet, but I'll just get some mage pots and quickly pot to do it, because that'll just be, it'll be really efficient slaying. I'll be able to get pretty much max Slayer experience per hour on certain tasks, simply because as soon as I finish a task I can just go castle walls quickly, get a new task with NPC content, and I can start a clue scroll. But I will have to start forking out quite a lot of money into teleport tablets, which isn't going to be friendly, but oh, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm pretty sure I had a topic that I was talking about and I've forgotten it, so I'm just going to have to end the video now before I go on for a while. So we've gone over the hour mark. I do hope this video hasn't, like, I know I've got sidetracked a lot, but like I say, I do get sidetracked on these videos a lot, so you kind of just have to get used to it. But hopefully I've killed like a million, well, not a million experience, but an hour worth of experience for you. So to anyone who's doing like agility courses or something, you might have got like 40k agility experience in this time. I personally don't know how much mining experience I've got, because I think I started just before 51, but it might have been just before 53 when I turned this video on. So I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to calculate how much experience I can get in an hour. And then in that hour, I will put it in the description of this video, and you can find out how much power mining, how much experience power mining is, and you can work out how long it will take you to get 60 mining. So yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. I shall see you all in the next video. And if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like if you want. Feel free to leave a comment. I mean, just feel free to leave what you want. If there's any topics you'd like me to talk about, then feel free to leave that in the comments as well. I do say that a lot. And then I can get around to, like, I mean, for this today, I didn't really have a topic, but then I decided I was going to make the topic things that I want added into 07. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And obviously I just didn't really get into that at all and just talked for an hour. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Made an hour video here, so really hope you all enjoy this one. I shall see you all in my next progress video update, which will be on Thursday, unless I decide to make another one of these if I'm doing a method of like slaving skills or something along those lines. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you all soon.